And I'm finally back to the wasteland from this Operation Anchorage mode. Well, I'm not exactly at the place I ended up, however, nothing exciting happened really. All I did was just getting out of this outcast outpost, clearing my way to this bed and having some hours of sleep. That's basically it. I haven't even eaten, so let me fix this right now really quickly. And all I have is the light snack, so let's see. Sugar bombs, cakes, apples, and a bottle of water. Yeah, feels good. So now let's go back to the Megaton. So, Operation Anchorage. As I said before, I'm glad I finally got back to the wasteland, and basically these words are already, set in my entire impression, my impression about the mode itself. But I wanna be a little bit more specific and go for, a little bit more of the details, like say why and how I made up such an impression. Let's start from the very beginning of the mode. We got out of it just pops up out of the nowhere, and there is no any logical connection from where I just ended up. Like say this, I ended up in the in the Citadel. But this doesn't matter. I kinda skipped for it, and due my first impression, I got into this base, they said my P-boy plays this, the major role into it, so I got a little bit more interested, and, I had quite positive impressions about the total, they got, this interesting idea of, say, virtual reality and... Ow! Who? Oh, this is just a raider. Okay, folks, I hope you can do your job distracting him. So, yeah, to me it was quite a nice idea, the virtual reality and... What is this? And it was really nice landscapes of these snowy beauties of the Alaska, and I thought it would be really great, fighting alone in such beautiful landscapes and with such interesting, I'd say, new gameplay, if you know what I mean. However, my first disappointment came right after right after I made my first few steps, and what I mean by that is I did not have proper equipment, if you know what I mean. They gave me the equipment I was the most uncomfortable with, like this, what was this, the pea shooter and the knife. I could not deal properly, with the enemies, and basically that's where I hated the game the most, when it forced me to play the way she wants me to play, not the way I want it to be played, if you know what I mean. And only once I got the sniper rifle I felt a little bit of the relief, maybe later it will become easier for me to play. However, at the same time it did not relieve me too much, because sniper rifle still is not exactly the weapon of my choice.
Looking for that special...
Yeah, just let me see really quickly.
see the... So,
yeah, no, bye.
please, enjoy my selection of high-quality problem solvers.
Yeah, whatever. So, what I'm saying, I had to use the weapon I was the most uncomfortable with, and it spoiled, you know, the interest of me and, you know, the motivation of me to play further. However, I thought that maybe later it would be a little bit easier for me to cope with, if you know what I mean.
Give me a shout if you need anything else. Keep...
However, once again, during this entire mode, I was not able to play with the weapon I would like to be played, and I'm not counting the Gauss rifle. What I say is, they have quite an interesting idea of, you know, this virtual reality, like, you know, unbreakable weapon and armor, and picking only things that's glowing. Like, I could not pick everything, but once again, this is the lack of freedom to me once again. Okay, you know what, folks? I don't think you would like what I'm gonna do next. So, if you please can give me back my equipment. Thank you very much. I just wanna make, you know, the little bit round, you know, running around the Megaton for a little bit, and I don't think folks would like it, so I'll do it by myself. So, yeah, this lack of freedom was my major disappointment, like why I did not like this mode too much. Oh shit, I absolutely forgot that you're still following me. I need to say you that. And you know, it is not only about this lack of the freedom in the equipment. I could deal with that, but if you remember the routes during this entire mode, all I was doing was running from the point A to the point B and just getting some enemies on my way in order to be, you know, a little bit of the obstacles. And if you remember, these enemies weren't extremely hard, maybe other than the snipers. If you remember, I even checked my difficulty to see that I still was playing on the very hard. However, yeah, this was quite linear and extremely boring gameplay, just running between 2 points and getting some random missions done, and I did not feel any epicness at all, if you know what I mean. I was just, yeah, what is it? Disable listening post? Sure, whatever. Disable pulse mint? Well, okay, if you say so. And that's what basically my entire attitude during the mode. And it basically raised, like, you know, an absolute, how would I say, indifference to what happens. Like, yeah, I liked the landscapes, but later on I saw them only, well, there were just a little bit, you know, crosses. These landscapes were crossing with some of the, you know, these dungeons, and basically that's it. So an absolute lack of the variety. And that's basically all my impressions about the mode completely, if you know what I mean. And that's really bad, because once I got any impression about the game, I'm trying it to be quite positive and trying to you know, share my entire impressions. But honestly, guys, I'm sharing you entirely only the only thing that I have about this mode. And I will repeat it this third time, but I am absolutely glad that I finally found the way out of this mode. And my complete verdict of it would be, just for the single time playing, there is no way I'm doing it again, even if I would play it with the different character, because even rewards are not entirely worthy. So, a complete disappointment. Like, you know, I understand, like, I've read the reviews before starting this mode, and I remember it to be quite poor, and you know, back then I thought, you know what, I don't really care about the review, cause how many people, that much of the opinion, if you know what I mean. So I thought maybe, you know, it would be something like, I would like it, if you know what I mean. However, now I understand that these reviews, they had their point. This is really not the mode you would like to repeat yourself and say, yeah, Moira, sweetie, I was missing you so much for it. You can't even believe how much. Sale.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe I can sell something to you that would be worthy, if you know what I mean. Like, say, just this single helmet.
Good hunting.
I will do the trading later in the game. This is just basically the reviewing. I'm just trying to make a little bit of, you know, time sparing. So yeah, I have to say I absolutely agree with these reviews. This is just a single time play mode, and I would not recommend playing it, because this is literally the time wasting. And I think I will stop right here back in my house, and all I was planning to do before I finish would be you know, sorting my equipment to the lockers, but I don't think it would be, you know, the most exciting part of it. So I'll stop right here, and I really hope that, you know, the next mode, the upcoming one, would be way better than this one. So see you really soon, guys, in a new mode. Bye!